What's up, everyone? We've got some huge news dropping regarding upcoming NTE banners, with several highly anticipated characters leaked as future featured units. Honestly, the hype around a few of these designs is unreal. On top of that, we have fresh details on the special abilities for the upcoming 1.1 roster, plus a brand new ability update for a current unit. And everything sounds completely broken. Now, before we dive deep, a quick disclaimer. This is all early data mined data and hasn't been officially confirmed yet. A couple of these units might arrive in version 1.2, while others could easily shift to 1.3 or down the line. There's also a chance that some might debut as A-rank characters rather than full-blown S-rank limited banners. Still, the new character info we have is incredibly exciting. Today we're breaking down 4 leaked characters making major waves, including 2 heavily rumored to drop right when version 1.2 hits. Also, real quick, if you want to stay fully up to date on everything NTE, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'd really appreciate the support since it helps grow the channel, and you can absolutely bet I'll be breaking down all future NTE news right here. But alright, let's not waste any time and jump straight into the details. Starting off with the biggest leaks coming directly from the current version 1.1 beta, we have 2 major mentions for the upcoming version 1.2 banners. We also received some incredibly important news just a few hours ago that basically confirms Oneiroi and Shinku will indeed be playable characters very soon. Just a day ago, the raw combat animations for both Shinku and Oneiroi were uncovered. This is a massive deal because it not only proves they are slated to be fully playable, but it also indicates they are arriving soon, since animation data usually leaks when characters are next in line or actively being finalized. Now, we finally have concrete data indicating these specific units are going to headline the next playable banners in the 1.2 version update. Additionally, a high-quality model render for Oneiroi has surfaced, giving us an excellent look at her character model, and she looks absolutely amazing. This is the only model I could find so far, as Shinku's model wasn't available yet, but Oneiroi is looking great. A ton of info has arrived thanks to this 1.1 beta. On top of that, new details revealed today showcase an entirely new type of special field ability. Brand new special passive abilities for both existing and upcoming characters are officially on the way. Looking at the special abilities overview, Chaos features utility that grants the capability to establish up to 3 fixed teleportation markers across the map. Meanwhile, Chiz visually reveals the location of every single objective item throughout the Pink Paw heist mode. Finally, Lacrimosa grants a passive, team-wide bonus that boosts your earned Fawns and Paw coins by 15% up to 40% during the Pink Paw heist. This is an incredibly big deal because Lacrimosa's life skill is going to make farming much easier when you are grinding out the bank skin, which is fantastic news. From the looks of it, Lacrimosa will be a pretty insane character to pick up simply because this special ability dramatically boosts the overall economic value of your account. The map-wide utility for Chaos looks pretty exceptional as well with those fixed teleportation points. Right now, 2 specific characters are being heavily discussed as the potential featured S-rank banners. The first one is Oneiroi, who is currently listed as an S-rank anima character. Based on her early combat role descriptions, she appears to function much more as a support-focused unit instead of being a pure damage dealer. Currently, her core role is described around healing, team survival, and overall supportive combat capabilities. She is going to keep your team alive with a lot of sustained healing and potential team-wide buffs. Honestly, this is actually crucial for the future meta because NTE still lacks a massive variety of premium, sustain-focused characters. Most of the strongest units we currently have access to are heavily focused on main damage or burst DPS capabilities. If Oneiroi really does end up debuting as a full healing and survival S-rank character, she is going to provide massive value to every account that pulls her. Not to mention, her aesthetic design looks incredible. We saw her quite a bit in the earlier promotional teasers and story cutscenes, and her model holds up incredibly well. Moving on to the second major version 1.2 mention, we have Shinku. I am not going to lie, Shinku already sounds completely insane on paper. We already have some initial details on what her kit is shaping up to be. She is slated to be a Cosmos element character, and her combat role is expected to be a traditional main DPS type of unit featuring burst damage and crowd control. Unlike Oneiroi, who functions as a defensive support, Shinku is going to be a pure offensive damage dealer. In a lot of ways, her descriptions sound very similar to the kit for Hotori, operating as a Cosmos element character with high burst damage capabilities. It seems like they share a very similar archetype. However, remember that this is still early beta info and everything remains subject to change before the official release. The most important takeaway from this data is the projected release timeline for the 1.2 banners, as we are now expecting Shinku and Oneiroi to drop during the version 1.2 update, thanks to this latest data. Outside of the immediate version 1.1 beta mentions, we also have 2 additional characters that earlier insider sources claim will eventually become future banner units down the line. I will go over both of these characters one by one. We can start with Exe, who is actually one of the more significant unreleased characters from a lore perspective, known as the commanding captain of the ETD-6 platoon. At the moment, unlike the 2 characters we just broke down, we still do not know anything specific regarding his combat kit, his element, his weapon type, or what his active abilities will look like. What I am thinking here is that since the leaks mention a featured banner for both of these characters, it is highly likely they might end up debuting as new featured A-rank characters alongside the main S-rank units coming out in the 1.2 version update. But again, we will just have to wait for the official developer livestream confirmation to know for sure if he is going to be an actual standalone S-rank or a playable A-rank unit. Next up, we have the final character mention of the video, which is Elyms. Honestly, she might already be one of the most naturally hyped future banners in the community despite barely having any official news yet. Elyms is also directly connected to the 6th platoon, where she serves as the lieutenant. Personality-wise and in her overall visual presentation, she stands out significantly, which is why she has caught so much attention. All we currently know is that this character is also expected to arrive as one of the featured banner characters for the 1.2 or 1.3 updates relatively soon. The critical thing to keep in mind with all 4 of these characters is that nothing is fully locked in yet, meaning the exact banner order could easily change. Character rarities can shift around as well. They might not all debut as premium S ranks. Some could easily arrive as A ranks instead, especially since the game is due for more A rank units on the featured banners. Their specific combat kits can change during testing, and certain characters might end up releasing much later than initially expected. But right now, this is the current expectation for the version 1.2 and 1.3 character roadmaps. The fact that we are already hearing about this many future playable units this early into the game's life cycle honestly shows that NTE's future content roadmap is probably much larger than most players originally anticipated. But yeah, guys, that covers everything we currently know regarding the potential future featured banner characters. Let me know down below in the comments section which of these leaked characters you are currently the most interested in pulling for right now, whether it is Oneiroi, Shinku, Exe, or Elyms. Also let me know, are you guys still planning to save up your currency for the Lacrimosa and Chaos 1.1 banners first? Or are some of these newly leaked characters already completely changing your pulling plans? As always, thank you guys so much for watching and for all the incredible support on the channel. Please consider subscribing to help the channel grow quickly so I can start hosting community giveaways, and there is going to be a lot more roadmap videos, banner breakdowns, and future update coverage hitting the channel very soon. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.